Hi, Original Soul. Welcome in to this reading around the number 4. So I thought we'd ask the dice today what we should do. So we'll see what this ends up being about. But the number 4, so this could be about the 4th house, which is about your home and family, the family that you, create. 4 is also associated with Cancer and the moon. Right? So Cancer energy is emotional, mother energy. So all about feelings and nurturing. So we'll see what comes out with the cards, shall we? All right, I hope you're doing well. All right, so we'll get a couple out of this Kipper deck. See if there's any themes related to this that can bring a little more information. Quite a few popped out. I'm going to throw those back in. That was a really weird shuffle. So I don't know if you have some weird situations going on right now or just some interesting things happening. Maybe unexpected. Yeah, with Odyssey showing up, number 10. That is about a journey. The number 10 is about maybe putting an end to something and starting something new. All right, let's see. We'll get 1 or 2 more here, and then we'll add tarot to it. And I just saw murky thoughts as I was shuffling, and I know there's been a lot of heavy energy in some of the other readings that feel like they are centered around relationships. So maybe it's time for a new path or a new venture. Yes, we have Odyssey, Sorrow, and Good Lady. Okay, so let me hold these up so you can see here. So we got that big ship ready to sail. Sorrow with the man, putting his hand up to his face, and then we've got Good Lady there at the end. So I don't know if there is any masculine energy that is maybe having a rough go of it. We all have masculine and feminine energy inside of ourselves. Right, so some sort of journey, maybe that you're taking because of some sadness and grief that you have been through. Or maybe this journey is bringing on a little bit of sorrow. Moving on from things is not always easy, so it does feel like there is a shift in some way, and that you are taking on some sort of new direction. Let's see here. All right, we've got the key. Let's get 1 more. And this could also be journeying into your feelings a little bit more, since the number 4 came out and that sorrow card is there. A lot of times, sort of that masculine energy side in us is not always interested in looking at feelings a little bit closer. So it could be something like that, because you do, right, have the key. This is the keyhole. So you can see right through there, there's something, I can't really tell what it is. Looks a little bit mysterious, but there is some sort of white light or white glow. It's something that's intriguing and drawing you towards it. So again, that's with Odyssey and Sorrow. So that could be a going within and really peering through that kind of keyhole into your soul and just taking a closer look. Like I was saying, at some feelings or at the family you've created or at your home, especially if you do have sorrow around that situation. That seems like that might be important. And then from Sorrow, we go to Good Lady. Number 6, so a little bit more harmony. So from sadness to feeling better. This could be kind of forcing that masculine energy to go a little bit deeper, deal with feelings. And then out of that comes a little bit more balance, a little bit of harmony. But below that, with Sorrow and Good Lady, out came Pandora's box. I love this card. So looking at the image on this card, right, it looks like she is going to keep kind of glowing and almost start on fire. Like something is ready to come forth and burst open. And with sorrow being at the center here right now, right, it really feels like this 4 is about emotions and feelings. Again, you maybe been afraid to take that journey into understanding, right, some of your triggers, some of your emotions, why you do what you do. Because you might be afraid of what you see or what you find. That's why it's important to get to know yourself. What fell out here? Let's get one more if we can. All right, so 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, something that you put a lot of time and effort into. This is something that, you know, did provide you some amount of abundance and has helped you grow. So something that was prudent is at the bottom of the card. So maybe related to either your feelings or your relationships, like your family life. You know, you've been doing the responsible thing. You've been doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? Making the prudent choice, putting in the hard work. But perhaps, again, you find yourself sort of stuck in this position where somehow this still isn't the life that you really wanted to create, even though you're doing all those right things, you're doing what you're supposed to do. I think a lot of us have found ourselves in a situation like that, where you kind of wake up, you know, thinking, okay, you know, I graduated, I went to college, I got married, I had kids, I did X, Y, and Z, you know, whatever it was that you thought you were supposed to do. Maybe there was a certain career path, you know, that runs in your family or that you're expected to follow, or, you know, just something like that where there are these expectations and maybe you didn't even realize you really didn't have those same goals in your heart, even if, you know, you thought you did. But once you start kind of making those achievements or, you know, getting what you've been working for and you don't feel fulfilled, that is a sign, right, from your body that this isn't making you happy, right? That it's time to go within, get more in touch, right? So you can kind of come out, open up what you've been keeping in this box. Yeah, because we've got the Fool and completion out with prudence. So the Fool is about a new journey. And like I said, with Odyssey, that's exactly what this is about too. So we've got the number 1 and the number 10. And a 10 boils down to a 1. So definitely moving on from something. And this could be something that you put a lot of time into, possibly 8 years or more. Which makes it even harder to walk away, especially if you have sort of a dutiful or loyal, you know, energy about you. You like to finish what you start. You don't like to give up on things, right? Those are all very respectable qualities, but notice when that starts to be at the detriment of your own self and your own happiness, right? You do best for everyone around you, and especially for yourself. When you are going after what you want, following your heart, right, along with your highest good. And then that ends up being for everyone's highest good. Okay, so new beginning coming through. Once you start peering through that keyhole, getting more in touch with your feelings. It's kind of took a different direction than where I maybe thought it was going to go at the beginning. And then 4 of Wands. So this is leveling yourself up. It also says completion at the bottom of the deck. And I talked about that right away at the beginning, like something's maybe ending and then something new is starting. The tarot is just repeating that right here. And even though sometimes things don't always seem practical, especially if you are making a big change or moving on from, you know, something, whether it's a career or a person or a family unit or, you know, a circle of friends or whatever it might be. You know, people might not understand. Sometimes people think you might be crazy. And it can be really hard, especially on the ego or some of that more prideful masculine energy that we all have, right? When people aren't respecting what you're doing or they're questioning what you're doing, things like that, right? But just getting in touch again, with that new beginning and what you want, because the Four of Wands is a level up, and again, something is going to come to completion, it appears, even though it might be a process to get there. Definitely some sort of deep dive, it seems like, is necessary. But with Good Lady and Four of Wands out here at the end, I mean, this is taking a step and really getting something that's going to help elevate you. It's going to help motivate you to keep moving forward. It's going to motivate you to keep making choices in this kind of new odyssey, this new direction. Okay. So that is the reading that we've got today. So like I said, this started out, excuse me, around the number 4, which could be about your feelings, your home life, the family that you've created, excuse me, mother energy, the moon. So however this kind of fits for you, but the reading really does speak a lot to feelings, deep dive, taking a look at the journey that you want to go on. Because good things are ready when you're just ready to kind of let yourself out of that box that you've been keeping yourself in. It's time for that new start. Okay, so that is what we've got. That is the reading. I hope there was something here for you today. And until next time, peace.